Today, we're going to take a closer look at Keesy. Are the followers real? Is this all organic? Or is this just a big lie? My name is Ethan, and I have a decade of Instagram marketing experience. And today, we're going to take a closer look at Keesy. Real quick, I reviewed over 50 Instagram growth services. So if you want to check out my list from best to worst, and if you want to check out why I did these reviews and why these reviews matter, head on over to ascendviral.com/grades. Also, I have a nearly 3-hour completely free Instagram marketing course that's available on this YouTube channel. So please check that out because I also have some really fun things coming soon. Now, back to the review. Hey, so we're going to check out Keesy.com, and boy, do I have a lot to say about Keesy.com. But before we get into that, we'll be grading Keesy.com on the 5-star scale. And if you are unfamiliar with the 5-star scale, let me explain that to you right now. All growth services are ranked from 0 to 5 stars. The grading rubric is as follows. Number 1, is there a focus on the user's content? Good content is the key to growth. A service should assist in helping the user create better content or give coaching advice on how to improve their current content strategy. Some kind of content assistant earns a star. Number 2, what type of growth is it? Does this growth strategy that the service used go against the Instagram's terms of service? Or is it a legitimate growth strategy? A legitimate ethical growth strategy earns a star. Number 3, is it manual or is it a bot? Does the service incorporate some kind of AI, software, bot, or some kind of automation that goes against Instagram's terms of service? Or is it a manual service performed by hand on a real phone? Any kind of manual service, which is preferred, earns a star. Number 4, is there a free trial or growth guarantee? Does the service offer some kind of free trial or some kind of satisfaction or growth guarantee? A free trial earns half a star, and a satisfaction or growth guarantee earns half a star. Number 5, who is running the company? Can the owner or the actual team information be easily found on the website? If the owner or the team information can be easily identified, they earn a star. So, if you've seen any of my other reviews, specifically on Path Social, Plixie, or Upgrow, this site should look familiar because this site has copy and pasted elements from all 3 of those sites, and all 3 of those sites are some of the worst offenders of that I've ever seen when it comes to Instagram growth services. Because, well, let's just dive in. No bots, no fake followers, no passwords, organic growth by real human IG experts and patented AI. I think this is the exact same thing that Upgrow is saying. Get real Instagram followers automatically using AI. First of all, if you're getting followers automatically, Instagram hates that because automatically implies fake followers. Automatically also would imply that software is involved that is, manipulating things. And Instagram also doesn't like that. AI here is more or less just used as a buzzword to suggest that something magical that you just don't understand is happening, and that's how we're gaining you followers. But in the reality, it is just fake followers, and there's plenty of ways we can, just tell. But if we go into this, they're just using all of this terminology to make you feel like this is legitimate, 100% real followers, automatic growth. Again, that's a huge red flag. Safe and secure since 2016. And let me just tell you this right now, this site did not exist a year ago. When I reviewed 30 growth services a year ago, I'm doing 20 right now, but I did 30 about a year ago. Keesy.com did not exist. This site was created recently, and it's following the same formula that Plixie's following. It's following the same formula that Path Social, that Upgrow's following. And that is create a really attractive website suggesting that they can gain you followers using AI. And then what they do is sell you fake followers, get your credit card information, and that's it. That's it. There's no magical thing happening here that you just don't understand, that they cracked the code or they figured out the algorithm and all of a sudden, boom, you're blowing up on Instagram, you're famous and everything is great. Unfortunately, no, that's not how this works. They are just creating, like I said, they're creating buzzwords, they're creating fun little, icons here that are just suggesting that this is all legit, this is all cool. Go to the Wayback Machine and look up what Keesy was doing in 2016. They didn't exist. Look it up a year ago, they didn't exist. So I just don't really understand why they go down this route, because, I think really they go down this route to really just, people assume that Google ads and like the promoted links on Google are vetted and trustworthy. And the unfortunate reality is, I think in a lot of cases they are, but when it comes to Instagram growth and when it comes to the social media industry, the worst companies are allowed to advertise because it's unregulated. There's nobody, checking in on the site to making sure what they're promoting on the site is actually what they're providing. There's no regulation when it comes to Instagram marketing, which is why sites like this and sites like Passocial and sites like Plixie and sites like Social Meep and sites like Upgrow all exist, because this is highly effective. Let's go to their pricing. If you can sell somebody for $99 per month on a retainer, 2,500 to 3,500 fake followers, your profit margin is $98. And what they do is they sell a lot. And they reinvest the $98 that they make back into ads, into creating a really attractive website. If you go down here, a lot of the older sites like Passocial back in the day, and I think Social Meet back in the day, they just had dead links. Now they've actually created, Instagram caption generator. If you go down here, Instagram story viewer, but they still haven't really done all the links. Like if you click on the careers button, nothing happens. Press kit button, nothing happens. About us opens up a web page that doesn't work. So it's like they do enough to make it look as realistic as possible. But at the end of the day, you always have to ask yourself, how am I getting growth? Because there's really only three ways to get growth. You can interact with people, you could post better content, or you could run ads. And this is none of those things. So you really have to just kind of conclude that, okay, it's probably fake followers. And when you have all these other things that don't really add up, then you just have to assume that maybe Google Ads is responsible for putting and allowing really terrible sites to promote. And unfortunately, it's highly effective. I think Google makes way too much money on this kind of stuff to really care. I think eventually Google will crack down. I think at some point there's going to be backlash enough to the point where Google's like, okay, we're not going to allow any of these sites to advertise. But until then, this is their prime. This is their peak. They're making so much money. Upgrow, Passocial, Social Meep, Plixie, all of these companies are making just bank. They're making an unfathomable amount of money because fake followers are extremely dirt cheap and it's unregulated, and in Google Ads, Google doesn't care. So they can just create as an attractive site as possible to convince you to give them your credit card information. And to their credit, I do think there's a dashboard. I do think that it's made to really hook you for a few months. I think the goal is, let's get as many people subscribed to our service as possible. Let's hope that these people don't see that the followers are fake for long enough. And then we're just going to try to hope and pray that we can make as much money as possible for as long as possible before we get shut down. These sites all eventually do get shut down. Social Meep got shut down. There's been other sites that have gotten shut down that do this exact same strategy. And, that's unfortunately the reality. I don't think this guy, I'm sure me and him would be friends in real life. I think this guy is just a freelancer that the people who own Keesy paid to run an ad. So I don't think this guy is responsible for Keesy. I think the people who've been doing this are probably likely the same people that run Upgrow, or likely the same people that run Social Meep. They're likely the same people that run Passocial. And they just, they realize, okay, let's get fake testimonials. Let's get videos made. Let's say what we got to say. Let's say it's all legit. It's all real. Growth guaranteed. No credit card required, because I guess you can get started for free. And then after a day or two, they charge your credit card. In the Passocial video and the Plixie video, there's a lot of people that said, even if it is a free trial, they still ended up getting charged before they were told they were going to get charged. So you have to be careful. You really do have to be careful, because these payment processors, this is a little technical, but the payment processors that Keesy and Passocial and Upgrow are using, they must just not care about these chargebacks, because I imagine there's so many people that get furious with their credit card company being like, yo, I paid for real followers and all of a sudden I'm getting spammed with fake followers. I need my money back. But these companies still exist. I don't know how that works. I don't know how these companies survive considering all the scam reports that these companies get, considering how many chargebacks these companies likely get too. But again, I think they prey on people who just don't know better. And that's the unfortunate reality of, this industry, but that's also why I'm here. I'm here to tell you that you can gain followers the right way and you don't need to get misled by services like this. That's what this review series is all about. There wasn't really anybody talking about these sites, and I took the opportunity to okay, I guess I'm gonna be the guy that talks about these crazy sites that are being promoted on Google. I guess that's what I'm doing. And you can gain followers on Instagram without spending a dime. You do not need to buy any service. You don't need to buy my service. You don't need to buy this service. You can gain followers by just posting really good content and interacting with others. But if you want someone to do that for you, that's where my service comes in handy. But this service, Keesy, just isn't going to do any of that. They're going to just sell you fake followers at the end of the day. And, like I said, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. So if you want to check out Keesy, Keesy.com, go for it. If you want to check out my organic Instagram growth service, you can check out ascendaviral.com/followers. If you want to check out all 50 companies that I reviewed, you can check out ascendaviral.com/grades. And that's all I have to say about Keesy. It's copy and pasted from Upgrow, which is copy and pasted from Plixie, which is copy and pasted from Pass Social. It's all the same. They're spending a ton of money on Google ads. Google is kind of turning a blind eye. So that's all I got to say. Have a wonderful day. Do something today that is good for the world. Help someone out. Send a nice text to somebody. That's a good mission for you today. All right. I'll see you next time.